What is up, ineffable being? How are you doing? You look amazing. I want to tell you, you're a genius. You are loved. You are special, and you mean the world. Today we're talking about food. We're talking about food. We're gonna get down with our barbecue. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We're gonna get down with the fries. We're gonna get down with the vegan shakes. We got the vegan shakes on deck. We're just gonna get down. We're gonna talk about food today. So I'm gonna say something I said earlier. So I still have a corporate job. I have a 9 to 5, and we had a one-on-one with my bosses. It's like three bosses, right? So they're checking on our mental health, working from home, corona, corporate world, and so they checked up on us, and they're just like, what's up? So yeah, it's really hard. It's not hard. The hard thing is that when you're living through the hard, as I am, and you've decided to do this, this is your life. You're going to cultivate a vision of the future. You're going to cultivate an elevated emotion. Life really does change for the better. But externally, people are like, I mean, this guy, like, I don't remember the last time I saw him frown, the last time I saw him stressed. I believe many people think we're either at the point of like mental breakdown, or we're psychotic, or we're just like popping pills. I mean, I can't tell you, but I do know creating an elevating emotion, living through the heart 100% of the time, you're a big trigger to most people. You are going to trigger people, and that's just you just have to accept it. But we know why we're doing it. We're doing it for ourselves, and we're doing it to spread love because your energy, it's felt. But we're talking about food, and what I want to tell you is I told my boss today, boss, like, I'm a monster. She's talking about personal health and all these things. I'm like, boss, I'm a monster. And I'm talking about I'm a monster. Like, not like Freddy Krueger, Jason. I'm talking about like Sully from Monsters Inc. Why do I say this? Well, I go from 0 to 100. I'm not vegan because of the animals or the environment. I call myself a monster because whenever I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go do it. Like, there's no thing stopping me. Like, it's yes or it's yes. So I work a 9 to 5. I have a personal development hour. I have a research and development hour. I create content daily. I'm always editing. I'm trading. I work 16 hours a day. I'm 23, work 16 hours a day. Hey, look, it sounds like I'm tooting my horn. I I mean, I hope I am tooting my horn because it feels amazing. I love what I'm doing every single day. How does this all connect with food? Being the monster that I am, it's kind of hard. It is a really hard topic. And I might not be the nicest. I mean, I don't consciously try to be rude either. It's just like I'm gonna give it to you as it is for me, right? But remember, Ralph Smart always talks about word magic. So one of those is BS, bullshit, or belief system, BS. Bullshit, BS. What's the sentiment? What's the likeness? They both start with BS. So my BS, my belief system, can be your BS. I'm not saying my belief system and it's hell or no, or I'm not Hitler. But again, I am a monster to my own BS, and I live by my BS. The purpose of this channel, if anything, is to inspire you to create your own belief system. So my take on food. Look, I became vegan because I have big dreams, sure. And I thought, okay, I'm the only thing that's going to create the reality that I want. Like, that's facts, right? It's only me, it's only you, that's it. Okay. So I was like, okay, so what's next? Well, let me tune up my brain. Let me tune up my internal self. I got physically, like, I know where I want to go. So now let me fix the non-physical self. So that's when I started living through the heart. Why? Again, I'm a monster. We have a brain, we have a heart. The best instrument, the most powerful is the heart. It's a no-brainer. So what am I ingesting? What about my food? Well, the stomach is made of proteins that we call enzymes. So technically, like, the best way to replace it is by giving the stomach what it is. So that is to say, more live enzymes. And I mean, you can Google everything I'm about to say. So, well, what gives you more live enzymes is the next question. Well, the vegan diet is going to give you the most live enzymes, and that's a no-brainer. So I say I'm a monster because I don't care about what makes me happy. In the beginning, I had to fight, oh, like, this makes me happy. But now, after 3+ years, I mean, like, what makes me happy is my green juice. So, but in the beginning, it was like I decided what is the best thing, and that's it. Like, I don't care if you know me and my family or anything about me. Like, I didn't like spinach. I couldn't be around spinach. I would throw up. And one day to the next, I said, you know what? I'm gonna start consuming spinach. It's been close to 4 years or three, and I've consumed spinach every single day. And I will say, less than 10 days in 3 years, I have not consumed at least a pound of spinach. So I'm a monster because, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, you have your end goal. It's really easy, right? You want the $1 million, the trophy wife, the trophy husband, the dream job, the dream car, the dream anything. Okay, that's easy. Mostly because your imagination gave it to you and you didn't consciously decide, but that's another topic. So after that, what are you going to do if that is your dream? Well, how do you think it's easy to create a dream? Like, what's your philosophy on creating a dream? Do you think a dream is created just by wishing on it, and like a lot of the wishing is unconscious? So like that's it? Like, that's your dream? Well, no, like for me, I'm like, okay, let me tune up what I eat. So let me tell you the process of being sick. Let me tell you how I calculate my food, okay? Everything has an acidic level. You can measure the acidic level of anything, okay? We call it pH, right? Science and medicine, medical people, they call it pH. Okay, so my pH should be very elevated for me to be on a high vibration, for me to be like the best, for me to tune up my system. Okay, no brainer. Well, let me look at what I'm eating. Let me look at hamburgers, and I swear I'm not talking about fast food. Like, I mean, I like I love steakhouse. Well, I did, I guess. I loved steakhouses. I loved amazing gourmet burgers. I love ceviche. I loved all these things. Luckily, I was blessed with like a very affluent family, and I was able to experience like steakhouses and that sort of things. Now, I say that because in my journey with it, when it came to food, I had to ask, well, what's the pH on this filet mignon? What's the pH on this other thing that I love? What's the pH here? And you know what? If it didn't meet what I needed, what I thought is going to create my dreams, I let it go. And you know what? I think the human being is soft. Well, I understand why though. We need external stimulus to make us happy. I need my coworkers to remind me of happiness, of like how funny I am, of how cool I am, or even sadness. We use our boss to, validate unworthiness. People don't. Your life doesn't just validate good things about you, but it does a lot good of a better job to validate things where you lack. So we need external stimulus for negative and positive emotions. So it makes sense for us to have comfort foods. I think comfort foods, if I could change one thing on the planet tomorrow, which I literally can and I wouldn't because there's like two things, but the first thing would be comfort foods. That's the worst thing that is in society. Like, comfort foods. So you're consciously telling yourself, I'm going to go eat this thing that is going to let. Because I say this because for most people, comfort foods means something unhealthy, right? Can we agree on that? If you can, put a 5, put like 555 on the comments. Okay, so we're in a bad place emotionally, mentally, etc. So then we say, I'm gonna eat like some comfort food, and I'm gonna watch Netflix. I'm gonna watch a Disney movies and comfort food, right? And of course, this is stereotypical. Some of us might go to other type of series or movies, or go to maybe even alcohol, but that's another topic. We're talking kind of stereotypical, okay? So comfort food, that you're accepting consciously that you're going to eat something poor in lieu of making your body better, like bettering yourself. That's not right. That doesn't happen. Have you like wrote out the equation? comfort food makes me happy. Okay, sure. That's an illusion, one. It might give off those, like, short-term happy chemicals, but in the long term, I mean, just even a week, like 2 days, like, how does it actually make you feel? So your body, your immune system, if you are going to comfort foods, you can accept that your immune system is low. If you're going for comfort food, your immune system is low. I look at the immune system being comprised of mental and physical health. So again, if you need comfort food, if you're going that route, it's because your immune system is low. But you still consciously accept to eat things that are going to lessen your immune system. So that's one thing that you can take away from this video, if anything. Secondly, be a monster. Like, screw it. Like, you want to create your dreams. Well, you have to change your life. That's bottom line. Well, it depends. I mean, if you want to get there from 0 to 100, then yeah, you have to change life. If you want to live your whole life thinking you're gonna get to your dream, well, yeah, just keep living your life, and your whole life you're gonna die thinking like, I'm getting to my dream. Like that's gonna be your afterlife or something like that. But the last thing I like to tell you is with the pH, the acidity in our foods. This is the process of being sick. We eat things, okay? I'm talking to the majority of the planet because I think we can all agree that there's a lot more people that just eat burgers and versus vegans, right? Okay, so that's clear. So we eat foods, 99% of our foods are very acidic. So what happens? The body's innate response to all this acid is called mucus. So our pH is very acidic. The response from the body is create mucus for these cells not to be obliterated by all this acidity. The next process is inflammation. What is inflammation? The inflammation is the body's innate way to help those places in the body with high mucus. And the last and final step is called sickness. So it's acid, acidity, mucus, inflammation, sick. And it's a cycle, right? We don't care about it because we're 20, we're 30, we don't really care. We're in high school, we don't care. We don't care that it's acidity, mucus, inflammation, sickness. Why? Because sickness for many is like, oh, like, have a fever, a headache. Well, you know what? You go through this cycle enough, you're going to end up with something a lot greater. You're going to have to end up with taking out a loan or having debt because you're going to the hospital. You have to do things to your stomach. You have to take pills constantly. So I'm a monster. You can be a monster. It's very easy. It's so easy. If you have the dream, that means you have the seed, that's the fuel for you to start radically changing your life. One great way to drastically change your life and have the fuel to make these monstrosities, is that even a word? These huge changes in your life is by cultivating an elevated emotion. I invite you, hit me up, send me an email, get on my master classes. I do them every month. They're free at the moment. And I show you how to create an elevated emotion. The reason I do this, because if you emotionally feel good, like you feel pleasant inside, it's going to be a lot easier to do the right decision, to eat the proper things. And this also translates into you having the fuel to get up, to go to the gym, to get up, to go to apply the job. You're going to have the fuel to do the things necessary once you're emotionally at an elevated state to complete your dream. So hit me up, get on one of my master classes. I do them monthly, the last weekend of every month. I hope this video has been tough on you. I hope it's really like I hope you're not like oh, I love this guy. I hope it really has kind of like made you think, because a lot of this stuff is very simple, y'all. Like it's yes or no. It's white and black. Like what's good and what's bad, but we are emotional because we don't know how to consciously be emotional. So we need things, right? We need food, we need people, we need all these things. But you're a genius. It's 2020. Then this is perfect vision. Are you gonna keep living? Are you gonna keep eating what makes you emotionally happy? Have you realized that what you're telling yourself consciously and subconsciously is, I'm in a low spot. My immune system is low, but I'm going to accept to eat things that lessen my immune system? I mean, it's that simple. The answer is no for all of us. I apologize if it was too much in the face, but no, I do this out of heart, out of my heart, out of a lot of love, because I know you're a genius, you're a light being, and you deserve the world. And this is my only way to share the world with you. Please share in the comments what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future, and also what's your favorite foods, what are your diets, because remember, like, I used to be a carnivore. Every birthday, every experience I got, it was my choice was a filet mignon. So I'd love to hear it and maybe reminisce on some of those comments. And lastly, share this video with your loved ones, with your family, with your mastermind group, on your social media accounts. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.